In this video, I'm going to show you how to change your website into a responsive website. So we first need to make one little change to the HTML in our metadata in the head. So we have to type in a new meta tag right underneath our character set, and we do name equals, and this is the magic, viewport. And by doing that, now we're specifying how the viewport should be. Now for that, we type in content equals, and then we need to type a few things inside here. So first of all, we're going to say the width of the viewport will be equal to the width of the device. So width equals device width. Then a comma, and then we're going to type a second one, initial scale equals 1.0, which is 100%. Now don't forget to have the closing quotation mark and the closing bracket. And we'll save that, and probably won't save anything on our website. The more important thing that we're going to do is we're going to make our website add some CSS that will make our website responsive. So we have kind of something to play with. Let's first add a size for our H1 text, and I'm going to make it a size of 3 EMs. So font size 3 EMs. Save, refresh, and you can see that makes it quite a bit bigger. And you can also see it makes it big enough that you don't want it to be that size on a tablet or on mobile. So here's where we add our media query. Now before you add a media query, this is just a recommendation. It's not a requirement, but what I would recommend that you do is that you add a CSS comment. But you have to type it correctly, and remember we do CSS comments with the slash and the asterisk. And so in here I can type something like CSS for tablets, right? So now I have now I know what's underneath here is my CSS for tablets. Then I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to do CSS for smartphones. And that just helps me find, this is a CSS that applies to the entire website. For tablets, I'm going to override the CSS with some changes. And for smartphones, I'm going to override both what I have for tablets and for the desktop. Okay, so now to actually write the media query, we have to tell the browser what the size is. So we have to type in the @ sign, like in the @ sign that you use like in an email address, and you type @media only screen and space, don't forget the space, and max width and for tablets, let's use 1024 px. All right, so media only screen, and in parentheses, max width of 1024 px. Then we make our usual curly braces we use for CSS. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste this to the smartphones, right? And so this one I'm going to set to 768, which is a kind of a number that's used a lot for smartphones. All right. So far it's not going to do anything because we haven't put any CSS in here yet. Now we are going to. So now I can cut and paste my H1 copy, and I can put that inside there. I'll put that inside both of them. And it's very important, very, very important that you nest that CSS inside of it, because what you're trying to say is that you're applying anything inside of the tablet CSS, and makes it easier to see it. And also always make sure that you close your media query, otherwise it's still open and it won't work well. I'm going to do the same thing with my tablet CSS. Now I'm going to change this one to 2, and I'm going to change this one to 1.5. Save. Refresh over here and see what we have. So this is the smartphone size, tablet size, and desktop size. So you see I can change it. I can also let me show you one more trick. It's very important. I use it all the time. when I turn on the inspector on Chrome, it shows me, I'm going to put my mouse, look right here, okay? As I drag the screen out, you'll see that it's showing me what the width is. So sometimes I'll use that because I want to know where to put those breaks in, right? So it's very very good trick to know what size to change it, because it might be, what might be important is at what point that it starts wrapping, and so you might want to set this number to be the number at the point that it's wrapping. And that is how we make our websites responsive.